Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. I am doing a review video on a bunch of stuff I purchased in August. I purchased these things in this video back in August and I gave it a couple months to see whether I liked it. I wanted to have a good grasp of these products before reviewing for you guys. There are a couple products here I totally forgot I even purchased, so some regret purchases on my part, and hopefully me doing these videos, it will help me maybe pull back a little bit and be a little bit more thoughtful when I'm purchasing items so that way I don't fall into the regret category. A lot of things from August I did purchase because I was anticipating my trip to Maine where I was doing my sister's bridal makeup, and I did do a whole video about that. I'll leave it up in the card. So also I know I had a gift card, so I did buy some like wish list items. Now I'm going to separate this video into 3 different categories. One is the regrets, like maybe I shouldn't have bought it, maybe it's something that didn't work out for me, maybe I didn't really need it in my collection. The second category is something that's a necessity, so it's nothing really spectacular, it doesn't really wow me. And then the third is things that I love, I use, and I'm so excited to have in my collection. So let's just get started with all the reviews for the things I've purchased in August. Let's start off with the things that I regret purchasing. The first thing is from Milk Makeup, and this is their matte bronzer stick in the shade Baked. Now, nothing against this product because it does what it needs to. It is a stick contour. It's pretty easy to blend. For me, the reason I regret purchasing it is, for one, it's not really my style. I prefer bronzers that have a little bit more of a glowy property, and this is matte, and I was expecting to use it as a contour color, but it's a bit too warm for me to use it that way. And also for color purposes, it just is too dark. I probably wouldn't recommend this to someone who has light to fair skin. For me, it just didn't work out for my complexion, my style. I had it in my wish list for a really long time, so it's not like I just like went out and bought a bunch of stuff. Like, this is something I really wanted, and I have seen so many different reviews about that worked for so many different people. And I do know it could work for me if I used maybe a sponge, but I'm lazy and I just don't want to go wet a sponge when I'm doing my makeup at 5 o'clock in the morning. So for me, I am using it, but it's definitely not an easy thing for me to just pick up and grab and just use really quick, because I have to be very careful about blending it and applying too much. I need to make sure that it looks a little bit more natural, because for me, this color is a little dark. The next product I regret purchasing is this BAREMINERALS lip liner. It's in the shade Gen Nude, and it was on sale when I got it, and I have remembered previously that I liked the formula. And the formula is okay. I'm not a lip liner person, and I think I got it because it was on sale, and I was also in need of a lip liner for my sister's wedding. Now, I did end up using a lip liner for her wedding, but I ended up using the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, which I think is just a little bit easier to work with. It's a little bit creamier, but also stays on the lips better, where this one is a little bit drier of a formula, and the color is pretty pale. And I haven't been using it as much as I wanted to. I'm just not a huge lip liner person, especially if it's a formula that I'm not like 100% behind. So I do regret purchasing this. It is a nice nude color for me. I'll give you a little swatch of it. It is a pretty nice nude, but I think I could have lived without it. And then the final regret purchase is something I totally forgot. And when I was looking at my purchase history, I was like, oh right, I bought that. And that is this little brush from SEPHORA collection. It's their number 23 eyeliner precision brush. Now, I did buy it for a reason. I bought it in anticipation of doing my sister's bridal makeup, but then we didn't end up using eyeliner, so I got this brush for nothing, and I forgot that I owned it. So I don't usually use a brush like this. Maybe I could use a little bit more and, I don't know, do more of a wing liner, or maybe take some shadow and use it for the wing. Or maybe some really detailed eye work. I don't know. Hopefully I can get some use out of this, but obviously since I didn't realize I bought it 2 months ago, I could live without this. Now let's move on to the things that I have enjoyed using or served its purpose, but it's nothing that I would run out and purchase again, or I'm extremely happy that I have in my collection. So the first thing I have is this palette from Viseart, and this is the Liaison palette. Now, nothing against the formula. I love Viseart eyeshadows. This is a cool toned purpley color story, which I really like, but I just don't use it enough. And that's the only reason why it's just in this category. Nothing against the formula, nothing against the color. The pigment of these is beautiful. If you are new to eyeshadow and you need a formula that's easy to work with, the color that you see is the color that you get. This formula is beautiful. We have like, see, just even figure swatches. It's the exact color that is there. They have done such a good job on the formula of these. The next product that I have is from ILIA, and this is their lip conditioner in the shade Little Sister. And I like this. I like the color of it, and I like the idea of it. It's a Clean by Sephora brand. It's just like a nude, pinky nude color. On the camera, it looks a little bit more burnt, but it's definitely more of like a rosy pink. And I like the color, and I like the comfortability of it. Kind of just got it for like an everyday, and that's exactly what it is. It's an everyday color. Wear time isn't the best, and it wears off pretty easily. So I would say longevity wise, it's terrible. But if you need something that's more like a tinted lip balmy type of color with a little bit more pigment than a traditional tinted lip balm, that's where this comes in. I mean, I guess lip conditioner is a good name for it. I do recommend it if that's the thing that you're going for. If you want something that's more on the natural spectrum at Sephora, then it's a really good option, and it's really pretty, and I would like to see other shades of it. But for me, it's just not an everyday that I wanted it to be. I want it to be like my go-to nude that I would wear all the time and have in my purse, but something else has taken its place, so I feel like this isn't serving the purpose I purchased it as. But it's pretty and it's comfortable, and I don't hate it. It's just not something I'm in love with. The other lip product that I have in the lights category is this one here. This is from Lilah B. It's their Lip in Oil, I think it's what it's called, in the shade B.elegant. It is really pretty. You can get a sheer application, or you can apply a little bit more and get more of an opaque application. It's a pretty nude. I'll show you what it looks like. Does it have a smell? It does. It has a pretty, like, fruity sweet smell. Now, I'm going to show you the sheer application. It's not super glossy. Even though it's an oil, it's not like super shiny. You can see it just has like a little bit of luster. This is the worst swatch ever. But you can see, you can definitely alter how much is on there and what the color is. Obviously, with the more opaque application, there's more of that shine. It is really pretty. It's a good everyday. I have used it a ton. It's just not something that I don't know, love to use. I feel like it wears a little bit weird sometimes. It's a little bit more messy to apply. Sometimes it's a little bit patchy in some areas, but once I get it on and it looks good, I like the feel of it, and I like the look of it, and I like the wear time of it even. It sometimes leaves even just like a little bit of a stain on my lips. So I like the product. It's just ease of use, I guess, would be why it's in the lower category. It's just a little bit messier to work with, even though I like the end result. The last product in the light category is this product here. This is the Hourglass Veil Primer, and I got this for my sister for her wedding. It was very humid that day. I wanted something that was going to be great in humidity, that mattifies, that clings onto makeup, that makes her makeup last longer, and it did the exact purpose that I wanted it to. Her makeup lasted all day long. It didn't break down or anything, even when it was super humid. Like, I'm saying like high humidity. It was raining up to the minute she got married, and this primer saved her makeup. This and the setting powder that I'll show you in just a second. Now, if you are someone who lives in a humid climate where you maybe have oily skin, or maybe just need makeup to last a little bit longer, or make sure that you are matte all day long, this is a fantastic primer. It's just not the primer for me. I have drier skin. I live in the desert, so I don't need this type of thing every single day. So it's a great product, and I like having it for maybe when I'm doing other people's makeup. It's a great thing to have in like my, I don't know, kit, even though I don't have a kit, but it just isn't my thing. Finally, let's move on to the things that I love, the things that I purchased in August that I've been using on a daily, that have become staples in my collection, things that were on my wish list for quite some time, and with the gift card I was able to purchase, and since I have, I'm in love with them and I use them all the time. So let's start off with the thing that I love the most. I don't know, I don't think I could pick a favorite, but this is something that I have talked about for quite a bit. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution Lipstick in Pillow Talk. It is the one that I'm wearing. I have talked about this for a long time. I originally had it in a mini. I finished the mini up and I purchased the full size, which to me was a huge deal because it's an expensive lipstick brand, and even though the formula is a little bit drier, I just love the color. I love the color. I love the wear time. It looks just so easy, and this has become my everyday lipstick. I, again, was originally thinking the ILIA one would be, but I think just because this one lasts so much longer on the lips, it just applies so easily. It looks so pretty. I absolutely love this so much. So I'm so happy I purchased it. I did buy a second one. Kinda. I'll share with you about that in a couple months because I just bought it, but I really like just how fancy this is. This makes me so excited to put on every single day. So it just looks expensive. It was expensive. So price-wise, it's pricey, but it's a beautiful staple, and I'm so happy that I splurged on it. The next product is something that I am surprised how much I like. So this is the Hourglass number 28 Primer Serum. This is a primer and a serum all in one. It has 14 different types of oils in here, so it's super, super hydrating. Ones that are really good at filling in pores to make you have a smooth base. It's a beautiful primer if you have drier skin, but also want some pore control when maybe you want your makeup to look really, really flawless and smooth. This is a great primer for that. So it's not for those who have normal skin or oily skin, because this would be way too oily for you. But if you like the idea of having more of like a dimethicone type of feel, but if you have drier skin, that's where this would come in. It does not have dimethicone in it, but when you feel it on your skin, it feels like it is filling in pores because of all those different oils. So I have been loving it. I've had so many good skin foundation days since using it. I've already used almost half of it up. I could easily purchase a full size. Like, I love this so much. It's easily become a staple, especially if I'm doing a full face or really want to, I don't know, have a really extra good skin day. This is such a great primer, and I'm surprised how much I have loved it. The next product that I have, which I'm also really surprised that I like so much, is the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. It is translucent. I'm not going to open it up because it is a mess. Since traveling, it kind of got all over the place, so I would not say this version is a great travel companion because it is very, very messy right now, but it is a great translucent powder. It's very finely milled. It does not have talc in it, which is great, especially if you are someone who worries about flashback. I don't know if you do, but I'm a photographer, so when I was doing my sister's bridal makeup, I needed to make flashback wasn't an issue, and since this is talc free, it is a perfect setting powder for pictures. So love, love, love this. It just makes my skin look so smooth. It's such a great like setting powder slash finishing powder in one, because even though it does set my makeup, it does seem to make everything else look a little bit more seamless. Helps a little bit with fine lines, just making things look smooth and even, and I really have been liking it, and it's expensive, so I'm kind of babying this guy. We'll see how long it lasts. I've had it for 2 months. I've been using it pretty much every single day, and I love it. So a pricey purchase, but I could see it being a staple in my collection. And the next product I have is another Viseart eyeshadow palette. Now the reason this one is in the loves category is because I use it all the time. So this is the Tryst palette. I, yes, got 2 different palettes in the month of August. I wanted this one because of certain colors to use for my sister's bridal makeup, and I did use quite a bit of colors in here for that makeup look. It's beautiful. So there is a purple in there, so if you want more of a purpley color that this one has, this one still has purple in there, but it also has a lot of different peaches and pinks, which is really, really pretty for everyday or for more of like a romantic type of bridal look. I use this one on the center of her lid. I use this one and this one all on her wedding day. It's such a beautiful palette. I have been using this one a ton, mostly because of the color story. I do have blue eyes, so pinks and blues work really well together, and so I just use this one all the time. I've used this one, I think, on my lid today, if you are curious. So it's just an easy one for me to use. Again, the pigmentation is beautiful. The color that you see is the color that you get, which to me is a big deal when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. Like, just look at those swatches. They're not the best swatches, but it is a really good formula. They're just very user-friendly, and I love that. And then the final thing I have is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This has been on my loves list for years. And I never purchased it because I never thought it would be that drastic to use. And it's not a drastic thing to use. They're ambient lighting setting powders. You've heard them all over YouTube about these being beautiful for like a finishing powder to kind of just give yourself a subtle glow all over. And it does, and I love it. And I love using it. I feel like it does add just a finishing touch. After doing my whole face, I'll set my face with the setting powder, put a little dusting of this on top. Not a lot, just enough to like give life back into my skin, and I swear it makes the biggest difference, even though it's so subtle. I also use this on my sister for like that bridal glow after using a bunch of mattifying setting things because it was so humid, so this gave a little bit of life back into her skin without adding any type of extra dewiness. So it is a beautiful product. I am excited that I was able to purchase it with a gift card because I still don't know if in my past self if I would have purchased it without a gift card, but since having it, I can see this lasting me for years because I don't need much to use it, and I use it every single day. I did use it today. I don't know if you can tell. Like, you can see, like, I don't have highlight on. I just have this, and it's just like a little bit. You can do just a quick dusting and then just do like little pops like on the cheekbones to add a little bit extra luster. It's just really pretty, and it's definitely a staple item, and I'm so happy that I have it. There are a lot of Hourglass products here, and I want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video from them. I love the brand. I love that they're going 100% vegan by, I think it's 2020, so I was very excited about that. I hope you like this concept of me taking out haul videos and giving you more in-depth reviews of things that I purchased. I think this will be the biggest one that you'll see in quite a while because I want to kind of pull back on the spending, but I wanted to share with you some things that I have purchased recently, but give you more of a review because I think that's just a little bit more helpful. So I hope you like this video. Again, I need to stop rambling. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye guys.